Kelly.
Hey, Miss Debbie.
Have you heard fabulous people are joining the mighty Fort Worth ISD Special Ed team?
That.
Some are speech language interns, so they're fresh out of college with all the latest and greatest ideas. And some are experienced SLPs with fabulous best practices to share. Welcome.
Welcome.
We celebrate you and welcome you to the Fort Worth ISD speech family. So if we were in person with you, you would all get these tutors. So they're just a reminder of that we have so many things to celebrate. And so if you want one, you don't always have to toot. Sometimes you can shake, shake, shake. So if you want one, just email us and we will be happy to send you as many as you want to your campus. So you too can have a tutor. So, I'm Debbie Manning and this is Kelly Cullen, and we serve on the assistive technology team. And we serve on several campuses as well. In the next few moments, we want to share with you the tools, resources, and the people that are readily available to you for AAC. That is, augmentative and alternative communication. Every student has a right to communicate in whatever way suits them best. So sit on the edge of your seat, buckle your belt, and hold on. Actually, you can relax because we're going to go fast through this, but we will show you how to access all these resources.
And they're easy to get to.
And they're very easy to get to. One-stop shop.
That's right.
At Fort Worth ISD, the Assistive Technology team is available for consults and evaluations for individual students. For the appropriate communication system, that's how a child gets a device. So we're looking, the Assistive Technology team will get you that communication system, taking into account all what the staff and the speech therapist on the campus is seeing in the in classroom and in therapy. Did I say classroom?
Yeah, we're there to help you do what you're already doing.
So that's where the fun begins. In Fort Worth ISD Special Ed, we take a two-pronged approach to that two-pronged approach to the augmentative and alternative communication. So the team is available to get a dedicated device for an individual that can be low-tech, high-tech, and anything in between. And that second approach is in the classroom. So we want to help teachers and staff set up activities, tools, resources in the classroom and collaborate with teachers and staff for communication every day, all day long. So that's what we're going to step you through. So just imagine additional vocabulary, language, social skills, articulation, literacy, communication supports being supported throughout the school day.
It's a dream come true.
A dream come true. So Miss Kelly, start showing us that dream.
All right, let's get started.
All right, so from your browser, you're going to open it up. And once it gets there, you're going to want to go to the Fort Worth ISD home page. Here we are on the home page. You can find us under schools, our schools, under other schools, and under Boulevard Heights. We are a club or program, speech and communication. If you want to get there quicker, you can type in fortworthisd.org/speech and communication, no spaces. So here is our web page, and we have some resources right here, tons and tons of things for you to come back to, because we know this is going to be a lot. We're going to go through it really fast, but you can get back here really, really easy. So let's start over here on this left-hand column. Let's look at our awesome tools and resources, because that's what this is all about, the awesome tools that you have available because you chose Fort Worth ISD. All right. So right from the get-go, right at the top, you have 1 ton of outstanding links. And you just click to download those, and the page will open for you that's got your resources. And all of these are just clickable links that will get you to where you need to go. So at the top is how to get to that web page. The first one that we love and adore is this Project Core. Project Core is an awesome, awesome resource. And if you're new to AAC or you just don't feel that comfortable with it, you're going to want to start here and get your foundation going. This will take you through 12 short video modules that talk to you all about AAC, about core vocabulary, just about all the foundational skills that you will need to use AAC in your classrooms and on your campuses. We also have other things here like our core boards in Spanish. We have a 36-word core board that is actually from the Words for Life. It just only has 36 words instead of the 84 that come on this first one. You have a daily routines chart. This is really great. I'm going to open it up just so you can see it quick. This is something you can share in your classrooms or just in your therapy room and with your parents, because basically it just has daily routines and what are some great things to say while you're doing the daily routine, like when we get to school or when we leave school, during our personal care, like washing our hands, brushing our teeth, going to the restroom, like when we're eating breakfast, lunch, and snack, or when we're just playing. And you can see there's Spanish too. So you can share that with all of your families that speak English and Spanish, and in your classrooms that are that have kids that are bilingual. So that is a terrific resource. And again, it's right there on your resource page. So you also have just some websites that are useful, and you can look at those later on. And this just gives a summary of what you'll find on the website, our website, Speech and Communication. All right, just some more oh, this one's the best. These are sample goals and objectives. If you haven't written goals and objectives for kids using AAC, this is a terrific resource, and it gives you some examples of goals. And Miss Debbie, what's the most important thing to remember about these fantastic goals?
Is we're not talking about a device specific. We are talking about total communication. So we would write it like language goals, vocabulary goals, any goals that you would write for any student. We're just going to use the augmentative program.
So you're saying we just write a language goal?
Yes.
And our system, our tool of the AAC, our speech generating device, or our core board, we can use that tool to meet a language goal.
Yay!
Awesome. Awesome. So that's there for you. Sample goals and objectives. And then we have a data collection form. Our favorite thing to do in the whole wide world is collect data. So important. And you'll see when you open it up that it just gives you some different ways to think about how kids are using their AAC. Are they commenting, requesting, maintaining a conversation, rejecting? And then what kind of prompts are we using? And then ancillary actions. What are ancillary actions?
Oh my gosh, so Miss Kelly, if you remember, we borrowed this data collection tool from one of the manufacturers of an AAC device, but then we saw all this other communication going on with our students. So we expanded it. That was one of those graduates, those speech therapists was fresh out of graduate school. So helped us expand this data chart, because that's what we were seeing. Students with the communication program, they were able to stay with the task longer. They were able to participate in the group, which we celebrated big time. They were engaging more with peers and adults. Oh, this was fabulous. So, you know, whereas some of our students would just tune out or even cry, be brought to tears in the afternoon, and when they had their communication tool, it totally changed their mood, and they were happy to participate. And then comprehension of instructions. So if we're talking to them with a communication device or core board with the instructions, then it increases their comprehension of what we're asking them to do. And then, so AAC takes time. That's why we want it in the classroom, because it becomes a dynamic assessment tool, and we're going to watch their development over time, because some of our students, after a year or two, sometimes 3 of using an AAC program, that's when they then become verbal and start vocalizing and develop that oral language.
Toot, toot. Yes, that's awesome. So that's a good thing for you to have in your toolbox here, to think about these ancillary actions for you to keep data on, because we understand that a lot of times in therapy, people are wanting to see lots and lots and lots of trials. And if you're the guy modeling the AAC device or the core board, you're not going to want to track your own modeling, you know, and maybe your student isn't imitating your model yet, but you need some kind of data, right, to track. And so ancillary actions are a great type of data for you to keep track of, especially in the beginning before your students start doing what you're doing, modeling. So just keep that in your toolbox. All right, moving on. Miss Kelly needs to go faster. Okay, priceless resources down here. You notice there's no click, click, click links, because these are people resources. Yay. One of the very best kinds of resources. So we're recommending that you reach out to your families. Families are a terrific resource, especially for AAC. It helps you find motivational things for those students to talk about, because if you're putting out stuff that they don't want to talk about, guess what? They're not going to talk, even on their device. So reach out to your families and pull them into all of this. They can be a huge, huge ally in AAC. And of course, you always have the people right there on your campus. You don't necessarily have to reach out to the AT team. You can use your own people on your campus, your music therapists. We're so lucky in Fort Worth ISD. Our music therapists love and adore Words for Life, and they're really good at using it with the kids. So reach out to them. OTs, PTs, AI, VI, classroom teachers, administrators, paraprofessionals.
Woohoo! And anybody else you can think of.
It's all about connection when it comes to communication. Connect with your people. Okay. That's enough on the resource page. Let's fly through the rest of this website. So you can see here that you have access to core boards right here. If you just click and open, you can print it out. You've got the poster, and these are icons you can put on the wall posters. If you don't have a big wall poster, you can get one from us. We'd love to give it to you. We have them sitting right here ready to go. Just email us. We'll get it to you. And then also, we're going to add some instructions where you can get even a bigger wall poster from Prinky Romich. They're just giving them out for free now. So yay, for free. We love it. So you'll see here that we have some videos. These are great. This is all about daily routines. These are great videos to share with your parents. They are short. They're like 2.5 minutes. And it just models for your parents how they can use a core board or core words at home during daily activities. And then we have these amazing ladies, Laura Prismas and one of the aides at her school, and they did the video in Spanish. Yay!
So that means if you have a Spanish-speaking family and you don't speak Spanish, you can get an interpreter to assist you, but this keeps us all on the same topics
Yes.
about how to use core boards and core words.
Exactly. It's a great place to start the conversation. All right, so you have some other videos here that help you lock your iPads into Words for Life so the students can only have access to that, and it's a true communication device. You have some other kinds of things that you can investigate later, but they are just things that help you implement in the classroom. Some troubleshooting. Sometimes people panic because they don't know the password, but there's ways to get out of that. So you have that there. And then now we're going to cruise through New Voice. New Voice is an amazing resource because it allows you to put Words for Life on your PC computer for free. For free. Yay. And so there are great directions and video tutorials to walk you through how to get that onto your laptops and onto the laptops in your classroom so you can use it on the Promethean board. Yay. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. And just general tips on some other things, but we're going to give you another resource in a minute that you'll love, love, love. And this last thing, I don't know why it kind of hangs out on this page. I love it so much, and I don't know how many people use it. This is a cookbook, and it incorporates AAC and core vocabulary. And so if you're kind of at a loss how to push into your RISE classes or your SEEC, or you're struggling with what to do with secondary students, they all love to eat. So grab the cookbook and see all about the core words to use. It's fantastic, fantastic resource. Okay, going back up. Did we need anything else about our awesome tools?
I think we're good. We're going to keep going.
Okay, so the next thing on here is our WOW calendar. So our teachers use a curriculum called ULS, Unique Learning Systems, and the calendars here, if it comes up, it might not. The calendars are always based off of whatever theme the teachers are using in the classroom for our RISE classes and our ECSE classes. So, for example, May was all about plants. No problem, you can just download that document if you can't see it on the web page. Easy peasy. And so there's tons and tons of resources here to get you talking about plants and using words of the week. So we go through 36 core words throughout the school year, which means that we can repeat those words. If we do 4 a week, we can repeat those words 4 times during the school year. So the kids are getting lots and lots and lots of access to these core words. And you have lots of fun activities that supplement the curriculum that's already happening in those self-contained classes. So be sure you check that out. It's a great place to kind of lesson plan, and I have a lot of fun making it, so I hope you use it. So we also have like a little place where when we have stories that we love to tell, we sort of post them here. It says it's a blog, but we don't post often enough for it to be an actual blob. But there are some really fun stories to check out about AAC and how we use it, how our teachers use it, how other people have shared that they're using it, and it might just give you some great ideas to try with your teachers, with your classes, to share with your parents. So if you have a story you want to share, we would love to put it on there. So share it with us and we will get it up. There's also just a few resources here for our Fort Worth ISD 100 by 25, which is our literacy push. And so one of the things I definitely want you to know about, Tumble Books is a subscription for our district that you can use if you want to use that. It's so you can have access to books online. But this one, Tar Heel Reader, one of our favorite things. You're going to want to know about this if you don't.
And what the heck is a Tar Heel? That's a question.
It's the mascot for the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. But I don't know actually what a Tar Heel is, but it's their mascot. So anyway, so check it out. You can find books here. They're accessible books, and they're there's like thousands, like tens of thousands of books that students have written, teachers have written. They're based off of some of the curriculum the kids use, but it's written at a level that your students probably would appreciate more than they appreciate a textbook in high school. So you can find things for secondary, things for primary, just so many things. And we're going to give you another resource so you can get more information later about Tar Heel Reader.
And originally, the creators of this wanted it for emerging older readers. There weren't books for high school and transition students that were still emerging readers. So this has just blossomed and grown. It's global now, and it's an authoring tool as well. So it's a free digital library, but then our students can write books, and we can all go through the writing process. We get to edit, and then we get to publish our work. So we are writers.
Yes, it's a great, great way to get communication out of your kids. You can pull them in with Tar Heel Reader. Yay! All right. So Ready Rosie, if you don't know about Ready Rosie, you can click here and find out. You can also find out about Ready Rosie on our school district website. It's a great tool. It's a great thing to share with your parents because it gives them examples of things to do at home. Then there's just, examples of other things. It's wonderful. Just check it out as best you can. And then this conversations page is just basically got some resources for different activities you can do to start a conversation. So lots and lots and lots of stuff there. Yay. So we hope that you enjoy that resource. So we're going to move on because we said we were going to keep this short for you guys.
Oh my, Kelly. Thank you so much for all those fabulous resources. So now we want to just give you glimpses of what all those resources can look like in a classroom. So we've got some video we're going to watch, but this is the free New Voice, and it does not have speech output because, think about it, it's free. It's a demo software, right? So it's wonderful that we have access to this, that we can download it on any PC, and then the classroom PC with a Promethean board, you can pull it up and show it on the Promethean board, which is fabulous because then, especially for our little ones, it'll be in that plane where they're upright, they're standing upright, or they're viewing it upright, not on a desk. And then participating, so after lunch, somebody can say, I like strawberries. And think about that. So they're up at the Promethean board, and they're using their gross motor skills to put together this sentence. And then their audience all sees it at one time. And then we get to share, and then we all get to celebrate what we liked about lunch. So many different ways that we can use New Voice at the Promethean board. So let's look at some videos just to give you a glimpse. And then we have more videos, but we want to show you a younger child and this fabulous teacher who is videoing, maintaining the other children in her classroom and working with the students. So we're like, how many arms and hands does this one woman have? So let's watch how she uses it.
Okay, Jacob, your turn. Jacob is jumping, jumping, jumping. Jacob is jumping up and down. Jacob is jumping, jumping, jumping. Jacob is jumping up and down. Now get ready to stop. Now we're going to stop. Here's stop. Do you want more? Yes? You want more?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Jacob is jumping, jumping, jumping. Jacob is jumping up and down. Jacob is jumping, jumping, jumping. Jacob is jumping up and down. Now get ready to stop. Now we're going to stop. Very good. Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Go. Go more. Go. Oops. Go. Very good. Okay, go. Jacob is jumping, jump, jump.
Yay for that, teacher. So think about it. That is typical language vocabulary development. That's what young babies do all the time. They start crawling, they start reaching up, and mama says up, or daddy's playing with them in the living room and they all fall down. So the action happens and then it's tagged with language. So
And good luck getting that song out of your head.
that's right. So that language and vocabulary where the action is happening. And then as our students get older, we start to decontextualize language a little bit. So let's watch this student in one of our transition programs having a conversation, participating in a group. And I want you to appreciate that this child at the beginning of school was very withdrawn, did not want to participate. She was very alone and isolated into herself. But by having a conversation with New Voice up at the Promethean board with iPads, she got more and more courageous. So again, just a point of order here is New Voice does not have speech output. But how amazing is that? Because then we have a natural, authentic reason to use our iPads for speech output.
Oh, she went out shopping. Ooh, I know Vanessa loves to shop. Round of applause for Vanessa. What did you buy, my friend? She bought a shirt. What color? What color was your shirt? Or is your shirt? A white shirt. Very nice. Who did you go shopping with?
With her mom.
So her teacher was so excited she kept asking more questions. It was just fabulous. And I realized that was their conversation, but in the previous part of that was her teacher going over the vocabulary of go out or stay home with New Voice. And we will give you a resource because we have more a video bank that you can look for more inspiration of what our students are doing. So another part of New Voice is, you ready? You'll want to know about this. It's writing with icons. So you go to vocabulary, pull down the drop down, and next to the last is write with icons. So check this out. You can make big icons, you can make little icons, and then this will give you some instruction about the technicality, but usually we just Control A and do away with that.
Yeah, so you can take the instructions off in the settings, but it's good to have up there at the beginning when you get started, just to remind you. So
yes. Okay, so then you can write things like I, and then you choose what in the beginning you want just the icon, the two-touch icon. So I want to go. And then,
so I'm just typing the word and hitting space, and it puts it up there. And so when it asked me if I wanted to combine those words, like if I wanted to say to go together, there's actually a way to say to go. I can hit go, and then one of my choices is to go. But in the beginning, we really want to have our kids go word by word when they build their sentence, because that's how we develop language. We don't learn this as a to go, right? We learn it as I want to go if we're building sentences.
So writing with icons is a great tool to develop materials for the classroom to be left in the classroom so that they will be used all day, every day.
Yes.
So one of the examples is that we love to use is putting a core board on a file folder, and then we can put Velcro at the top and Velcro at the bottom. And then, so if I want this to go into a coloring center, then I might this week make the icons for I like color. And then the students, right there where the action is, the students can build those sentences when they're coloring. I like color. So I color, and I get to talk about it. Woo! And the beauty of this, thinking of this core boards and icons as literacy tools, because I've just built a sentence, and then I have the text in my picture, and then a picture representation, a symbol representation. So students don't learn, children, anybody, they don't learn the symbols automatically. We have to teach it to them. They have to experience it. And so just like typical language development, we learn these words while we're doing the action. So
exactly. And this is another reason why you're going to want to push into your classrooms, because your teachers don't know how to do this. You're going to show them, teach them, tell them, make a board for them that you're leaving in the classroom, in the art center. Yeah, right in the art center. And then you're going to model, not just for your students, but for your teachers, your TAs, whoever's in there. So that's another, super helpful tools, easy to access in the new voice, to print out those icons and leave them in the classroom. Show your teachers how to use them, leave them in the classroom.
So then this is great. It's a great literacy tool for everyone, not just our speech students. But if you've got that going on in the classroom, then you can video what's going on in the classroom.
You can take a video?
You can, right? We all know how to do that, and we do that all the time. So, and then we can share that with other staff members, and think about it. Who else do we want to share that with? The family! Woo! So all sorts of tools to use.
Okay, so there's one more resource I want you guys to know about, that we want you to know about, and it is called a Google Classroom. You guys are probably all familiar with Google Classroom, and if you're not, you're going to love it, and it's super easy. And we have set up a Google Classroom not as a class you have to take, but just as a resource. Yay. And surprise, surprise, it's called Words for Life. So here is the code to get into the classroom. And if you are, if you have a Fort Worth ISD email, you're a Fort Worth ISD employee, you can use this code. So you can't necessarily give it to parents, because they won't be able to get into the Google Classrooms in Fort Worth ISD, but it's a good code for you to have. And so what it gives you access to under classwork. So we have just compiled the resources for you. So there's There's these websites you can get to easily that have helps. And this is more specifically like around Words for Life. If you need support for other devices, we can definitely help you get that. But since our classrooms are using Words for Life, this is a great way for you to help your teachers with their iPads, with their apps. And so that's what this is for. You have lots of video support. So there is a video tutorial for almost everything related to Words for Life, to programming, and we continually try to add more as we see the need. So if you don't see something there that you need, let us know, and we can add that. And then there's materials at the bottom that are basically quick reference guides that help you either program Words for Life, that's called the Programming Quick Reference Guide, or it helps you understand the vocabulary in Words for Life and how the organization is set up. And they're just, each one of those is a little front and back, and it will absolutely help you get what you need to get started. If you don't understand them, you can always reach out to us. We are happy to help. Okay, Miss Debbie, we are getting down to the end here. And so you, we talked at the beginning about our assistive technology team.
Yay!
Yay!
So we have one with lots of people to help and make recommendations. So essentially you can request a consult or an evaluation, and you'll want to go to your evaluation specialist and she can get that rolling.
Miss Debbie, how do I know if I need a consult or an evaluation?
That's an excellent question, Kelly. So a consult is when you really don't know where to start, but you've got a glimmer that this student would be a candidate for some sort of technology, or whether that's low tech or high tech, and you've got a teacher that's interested, and so you want ideas about what is appropriate for this student.
Yes, and in the world of AAC, it's okay not to know where to start. That's why we have an AT team.
Yay!
They're here to help you. Ask for a consult.
Ask for a consult.
When should I ask for an evaluation, Miss Debbie?
So an evaluation is you and your teacher and your staff in the classroom have all these literacy supports, and this child is responding, and you think this student needs a communication device. It doesn't have to be Words for Life on an iPad. The team can come out and assess exactly what would be appropriate. But because of these resources you've got in the classroom, you've seen that this child is responding.
Right. So that's basically just, you've done some trials with the student. You know what the features are that we need to match for their communication needs. And you've already got an idea in your mind. It could be Words for Life that they've been using and being successful with. It could be a Cheap Talk. It could be a core board. It could be any other thing. But if you're getting ready and you're like, I think this is the device we want to recommend, you're probably going to need an evaluation from the AT team so we can get that in their IEP.
So a consult, you don't have to go to ARD first. You will have to go to ARD if a device is decided an appropriate thing for this child. Then you go to ARD and do the documentation. However, if you want that evaluation, go ahead and get an ARD so you can request the evaluation piece, and then the process will flow.
And if you're not sure, just send in your request for a consult, and somebody will contact you and say, hey, I got this request for your consult. Tell me what it's about. And as you have that conversation, they can help kind of guide you if you've gone the right direction with a consult or if you're ready for an eval. So AT team is there to help you. They're a great people resource.
Yes. So again, welcome to Fort Worth ISD.
Welcome.
Because there are always people to help. Yay.
We almost forgot. This is really important. So we're talking about, resources and tools. And so we have these amazing resources for the Words for Life for core words, because this is all about core words. Remember, we don't care what tools necessarily or SGDs you're using, but we definitely want it to be about core. But we have things for you and your classrooms. So if you yourself don't have one of these amazing posters, these are the ones we have in our office that you can have. And
these are the ones that we can order from Betty Carter, who is a person you want to remember. She is the sales rep for Print Key Ramage. So we can email her and request these boards, get 2 so you can cut up one to have pull off icons.
Right. Or if you have more than one self-contained classroom or whatever classrooms you want them for, just like 2 per classroom, so that you can make individual icons from one of these as well. And then these you can get if you just want a little, maybe not as big as this, or you just want to drive over and grab one real quick and not mess with the email and stuff. We've got tons of these. You can have as many as you want.
And these, if you could be here in person and feel that is already laminated. So again, Betty Carter is your resource for that.
And we have tons of boards already printed out too. So you can just email us and tell us what school to send them to. We will send you, you want 30, you want 60, you want 100, just ask. We'll send them to you. Email, tell us what school you're at. Yay! We've got stuff for you. You do not have to create all of this on your own.
Yay!
All right, we already said it, but welcome.